Welcome back, everybody. Come on back in. Sorry about that. Had a little problem there, but we're good now. We're all good. Come on in. Welcome back, Misfit Mafia. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate it. I hope everybody's going to have a good holiday tomorrow. Good holiday. I hope everybody's going to embrace their joy and have all the joy they can have for Easter. Duckling, welcome back. Duncan said when Cruiser texted Noodles saying it was hard to find a hotel, Noodles said there were hotels everywhere. Why not just let your so-called friends crash on the couch and save them a hotel bill? Exactly, because there was some ulterior reason he didn't want them in that house. Duncan said, especially considering they were being turned away from hotels that were full of migrants. Yep. Chibit said, I can't read the German there, but hello, how are you today? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Come on in, everybody. Pull up a chair. Sorry for the miscue, and everybody's welcome back over here. Thank you for coming back. Duckling said, instead of lending a helping hand, Noodle acted like he was a bunch of things buying them a burger, but then there was a trip to New York, which is probably a hassle. Yeah, he was going to take him out, take him out to eat. He took him some nasty burger joint where they got a burger on a paper plate. Take your paper plate, eat your burger, and get the fuck out. Astounding. Who has a soft spot for PDX, Jeff? Don't speak for yourself, Jeff. Speak for yourself, man. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. Come on, everybody. We got all the gamers coming in, all the regular people from all the other countries. Everybody's welcome. Duncan said, don't even allow them to meet the dogs. That's messed up. That's his pride and joy, right, Duncan? He lets everybody meet the dogs. Duncan said, even John met Bradley. Exactly. Even by the end of the time he was here, John was cuddling Bradley and petting him and everything. Bradley's his pal now. He gave Bradley a big box of Milk Bone biscuits before he left. That's why That's not the only reason Bradley likes him, but Bradley knows that he gave them to him. He gave him a package of them last year at Christmas. Bradley knows. Bradley knows John is good people, or he wouldn't let John near me. I guarantee you that. Exactly. Thank you for coming in. We got 35 in the box now. That sounds more like normal. Thank you, guys. Come on in, pull up a chair, pull up a seat, couch, futon, lawn chair, whatever's good for you. Lurkers to the left, jokers to the right. I'm stuck in the middle with you. Yeah, hit the like if you have a moment. That'd be great. But yeah, something's going on with that Noodles guy over there. But even all those little driving around where he drives around Manhattan, it's gotten boring, boring, boring because he goes up and down the same streets and tells the same lame stories and tries to make you think he's related to and best friends with all these celebrities, which he's not. Everybody knows he's a pathological liar and not to believe anything he says. They know not to believe him or anything that he says. Douglas said half the stream is Noodles Dum Dum playing the victim, and the other half is him saying Danzig lives here, and this one and that one. That's where Labyrinth was filmed. Aren't you about ready to stuff that Labyrinth right down his whatever? And and he brags about people that he supposedly used to pick their garbage up. Okay, so he says he picked the garbage up of this person or that person. Is that supposed to make us think that you know them? It doesn't make me think that. I don't think it makes Duckling think that, or that they're friends with you. It might mean that you were picking up trash on a route that your father assigned you to do. Doesn't mean anything. Yes, Duckling says this is where Labyrinth was filmed. He says it 5 times a stream. He says the same things over and over. Yeah, I guess he gets a lot of brand new people in there, so they don't realize they're saying the same thing. But for people that have been around a little while, it's really boring. Come on, everyone. We got 39 in the box. Come on in, have a seat, sit down, pull up a chair. We're expressing joy. We're having joy for the Easter season here. When we talk about a few of these crazy wackos in the Boyd, which we're allowed to do. I'm allowed to do it. It's free country. And just because I read Bible verses and tell a prayer for Easter or for Good Friday in the morning doesn't preclude me from doing so. And no, nothing you say can keep me from coming in here and talking about the people I want to talk about or the places or things. Miss Misfit Mafia Queen said I block people because they're pieces of shit here, Jeff, here from at Lolly's. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. You're doing a good job, Misfit. I've not been complained once about any of your actions, Misfit Mafia Queen. And I don't care who you're related to or who your brother's uncle's related to. Really don't care. There's got a lot of people running game, trying to control who comes in my chat and who comes in John's chat. It's just not going to work because we're not playing that game. And Avoid's game of trying to love bomb John isn't going to work either. He's on to your game, girl. He's on to your game, you lame old girl. Of course, we were talking about the Gremlin Elf. We always have to mention his fake girlfriend, the Orca, or Seasons, over there in Portland. She's another CBW from Portland. Portland has at least two CBWs, so they're growing their population of CBWs there. But the Orca, she still has problems because she still doesn't have enough money to buy a car, apparently. It still has her older car up on blocks because she ran the brakes into the ground. She ground them right down to the rotors and the pads and wore the calipers down even, which makes it kind of an expensive repair from what I've heard. Behold, Nick, get lost, Nick. Bye. Yeah, and she ground even the calipers down, which is not an easy thing to do because for months and months, the brake man over at the shop she had been by said, "Ma'am, you need to have these brakes worked on. This is really getting dangerous." But yet she still drove her children around place to place, taking them back and forth to school with no brakes hardly. Until one day they were going over to 7-Eleven and her brakes failed completely and she almost went through the plate glass window at 7-Eleven with her two children in the car. Now, granted, I'll give her this. She called her ex-husband to come get those minors and bring them better protected waters and better protected cars. But since then, she's been sitting out behind her parents' little humble house in the pool house over there by the pool, which she always knocks the water. The Orca knocks the water out of the pool every time she jumps in. And the stepfather gets mad. He has to keep refilling the pool with water. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, the car is up on blocks, and she didn't really have enough money to buy another car. And her first scheme was, she put in her taxes, and she said, "Oh well, in 2 weeks I'll have my money back, and I'll get my car then." Well, I told her a month ago, no, no, honey. It took 2 or 3 months for people to get refunds last year. They said it's probably going to be longer this year. So she gave up on that. And her latest scheme has been to try to get somebody to give her products so she can make a baby and get somebody for child support. So I don't think that's panning out either. Don't think it's working out for her. Don't think it's working out for her. And she can't get a job or she won't get a job. She thinks that she's going to try to get a extra stream of money coming in to go with her $2,500 child support plus her $1,500 food stamps. Now that's $4,000, people. $4,000 for somebody that doesn't have any bills, no mortgage, no rent, no utilities, no water bill. Even though the stepfather should make her pay for that water, she keeps bouncing out of the pool. But yeah, she has no bills coming in at all, and 4,000 isn't enough for her. So I guess she's really running into high bills on that weed and alcohol and all that stuff she does. I don't know. Her children look rather skinny to me. I don't think she feeds them. Yeah, Duckling said Seasons never worked a day in her life. No, she feels all entitled. And she thinks she's rich because her parents might have some money. Well, you're not going to be rich, perhaps, if they will you something later on after one or both of them pass away. But as Noodles found out, Mama, had a big life insurance policy and was going to leave him and his siblings all this money. And come to find out, the rest her soul lady, I'm sure she's up in heaven now, saying good things about Noodles. But rest her soul, apparently, from what I heard, the reports I got were that when the siblings started going through her finances and looking for her insurance policies, first of all, they found out she had let her insurance policy lapse. She quit paying on it. And secondly, she was way in debt. She had stopped paying many of her bills and was very much in debt. And I think her husband has dementia, is what I heard. So maybe he couldn't really help too much. So the big bonanza Noodles thought he was going to get didn't quite turn out to be a bonanza. And the very same thing could happen to you, Orca. It sure could. And I hope it does. Duckling says she's 46, mooching off her family, and says Bergs is the mooch. Does she ever look in the mirror? No, I don't think she does. I don't think the mirror would be big enough for her to see herself being an orca, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, every time she jumps in that pool over there, Miss Bit Mafia Queen, the stepfather has to refill the pool because if we get out of the pool, all the water's gone. No, you're not a whale. At least you're not a CBW. At least you're not. And then, of course, we have Cracked Crab Carl 2.0 over there under Cracked Crab Carl 2.0. Carl 2.0 Reborn. Stormy, he's pretending to be a girl, but he says the exact same things that Carl 2.0 says. Then it's also Vincent Terranova. He's not coming out as often right now because they changed his channel into Carl 2.0 Reborn. But Carl 2.0 Reborn, he got one channel terminated already. And he's very likely to get his next channel terminated very soon because he's going on with his vile and disgusting behaviors. Not good. But that's okay. He can just keep, ban evading like his boy Noodles, and no big thing to him. No big deal. He goes around simping for Noodles. Somebody that we don't hear too much about anymore is the Kabaj woman, who's the fake girlfriend of Carl. They went on a couple fake dates and pretended and all this stuff. That was really dumb and foolish. Fake AF. Nobody believed any of that. So good for that. Because Carl has got a problem with a fake daughter. He tried to let everybody think he had a certain daughter, and now he doesn't. Waffles caught that clue and found out that that was all fake and exposed Carl, and that really upset Carl when that happened. And when that happened, Carl just went bonkers trying to get back at me and John because Waffles had come in John's chat to tell us about it. And I didn't even know Carl had a daughter. I didn't know he had a fake daughter or a real daughter or what. And Wobbles came and told us and said, "Oh, I have a video. Please watch it." I said, "Well, sure, I'll watch it after the stream." So after the stream, I went to watch it, and I'm like, "Whoa!" Carl's daughter is a some sort of escort in Kansas City, a hooker. Yeah. And it looked like Waffles proved that all the pictures on Carl's website, his original channel there, were fake. There was a fake cat, a fake family, his fake daughter. Everything there was fake. And all Waffles had to do was reverse search, and he found all this stuff out. And oh my God, that irritated Carl to whatever. And now Carl goes around saying, I employ Waffles. I pay him every week. And I'm like, well, I haven't done any. I haven't paid Waffles ever $1. I don't know what you're talking about. And that's just more lies and fabrications by Carl the crab. He's going to get his crab cracked again. It's going to be crab time again. Gonna get Bergs to throw you back in the tank, Carl. See if somebody else will take you home. Misfit Mafia Queen said that Carl has me blocked wherever he is at Carl. Now Duckling said the Kabaj needs to clean up her 3-inch layers of dust. She stopped making videos because she didn't like editing out the layers of dust everywhere. Yeah, after you said that, I went back and looked, and you're right about that. It was just disgustingly filthy over there. Duckling said we pointed out all the dust over everything, and she edited out the dust and then got tired of editing out the dust, so she stopped making videos. The crab was saying I'm Botter and also I'm Blue Waffles. You're a lot of people, Duckling. You're a busy man, huh? Yeah. Anybody they don't want you to be, they say you're 15 other people. They've said I'm Botter too. So, and I'm not. Afraid so, I'm just not. Thank you guys. Keep on coming in. We appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you. So who have we not touched on tonight? We've touched on the Gremlin Elf briefly. I've got some more things to say about the Gremlin Elf. Then we touched on the Orca. And we spent a brief amount of time, not very much, on the CBW from Portland. She doesn't deserve any time. She's just desperate AF, very thirsty and desperate. She's turned one of her channels into a shrine about all these trashing videos about me. And all it does is promote me and give me more subs, more and more. And thank you very much. I'll have to say thank you. Yeah. You work for me now. You work for me. You're doing promotions for me. And I saw where your husband stole my creative idea about the CBWs and is trying to make money off of it. Good luck on that. You'll be hearing from my attorneys soon. Duckling said MMD has water leaking from her ceiling. Krista should stop lying about people and fix MMD's ceiling that looks like it's going to cave in. I saw that photograph, and somebody said, "Oh, maybe we should take up a collection and try to get it fixed." Well, maybe somebody should needle that landlord to fix it because he's the one responsible for all the maintenance in the building. She already paid for those tiles, didn't she, Duckling, for the floor that the one guy, I think Krista's husband, put down crookedly? But I do have to say about Krista, Duckling, I made a notice to her on John's channel the other day that she needed to apologize for saying I sent fire trucks to anybody in the middle of the night, or else there was going to be trouble. Within 24 hours, if I didn't hear an apology, it was going to be a problem. And within 8 hours, the woman that she is, she apologized on one of my videos, and I accepted her apology. And we were woman to woman on one issue, and we settled it. That's how adults act. That's how adults act. Okay? Now, and we both dropped the whole thing. But of course, you know who tried to insert themselves in the situation is that CBW from Portland. She's over on her channel saying, "Oh, well, Lolly is bullying Krista." Well, no, I'm not. I asked her to tell the truth and say that what she said wasn't true, and she did. She came up. She came up and said that what she said had not been true. That's between Krista and myself, and you don't get to insert yourself. You You don't get to insert yourself into somebody else's business. You must have been taking lessons from Noodles, trying to worm your way into every situation, and you're not worming your way into that one. Leave it alone. I tend to think that you're the slow adult, Emmy, because you sure can't drop anything after something happens. You could have easily, with when I said you said something in Bianca's chat and you said you didn't say it, you could have said, okay, we can agree to disagree and move on. But no, 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 no. You're a slow adult. You're the slow adult, not Krista. You are, Emmy, because you can't get through your thick head that you trashing me every day is doing nothing but promoting me and getting me more and more subs and more popularity. So good luck on that. And you try to ride off my cloud. I hope it's helping you because you need it. Duckling said they should put an orca on the CBW shirt. You can't make a CBW shirt without an orca on it. Well, they're not creative, Duckling. You know that. Duckling said if Krista was a good friend, she wouldn't have allowed MMD to be scammed on those tiles. Be a good friend to MMD and advocate for her. And you are her neighbor. Yep. Come on in, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate everybody stopping in tonight. It's the Easter Eve, the night before Easter. I hope everyone will gather some joy and express joy to their family members tomorrow and today and the rest of the holiday weekend. Yes, try to hit a like if you can. That would be great. Thank you, everybody. Tickle Monster said, Happy Easter, Lolly. I heard a nasty rumor. I heard John. No, don't say something like that, Tickle Monster. That's not a true statement. Don't even try it. No, we got to choose joy, enjoy, and enjoy Easter. That's the message of this chat. Thank you for coming in, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate it. Be sure and click on the subscription link before you get out of here, guys. We would thank you very much if you do that. Click a like and a subscription. Well, I'm positive about everything, Tickle Monster. And I'm positive you keep trying to mess around, you will be positively out of here. How about that? Well, behave then. What are your plans for Easter, Tickle Monster? Are you going to tickle some eggs with the children? Oh, he has no subs? Maybe that's not even the real Tickle Monster. I don't know. He has a default letter. That's really weird. I think he had a picture before. Unusual. Yeah. Well, at least sub up fake Tickle Monster. How about that? If you support Lolly, do me a subscription. That'd be great. Because I'm still doing it on my subscription drive. And everybody, please be sure to go by and listen to my Easter weekend prayer and my Good Friday prayer if you have a moment. Hello, Haley, Ron. How are you? We're having a real easy chat over here. I just want everyone to have joy this weekend for Easter. How are you doing, Haley? Come on in, everybody. We got plenty of other new people coming in. We appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you. Got 35 in the box. Think come in, say hello, tell us where you're from, what you're doing for Easter, how you're going to find your joy. Yep, hit the like while you're here, please. That would be helpful. Yeah, that gremlin elf is still trying to figure out how he's going to continue to pay for that car because I heard that his work is probably going to have a work stoppage pretty soon. They already put him off site because he wasn't getting along with the other workers. So, there's that. And he paid such a high interest rate, 30%, which I think is the state maximum, because he had to go in there and say he couldn't give any money down. And so they gave him the worst deal ever. And I think they said, oh, go get that one off the back lot. We've been trying to unload. This guy, he's desperate for a car. Because, he had blown the head gasket on his little Chevy Trax that his father had bought him. So he was stuck. I don't think Daddy was going to buy him another car. Doctor said the last time the Gremlin Elf was on site, he filmed everyone and was sticking a camera in his co-workers' faces while he was slouching on the job. So is that why they sent him off to these off-site delivery boys? Yeah, delivery boy service. Because now, Duckling, he has to unload and load stuff out of that van. And all I heard him was complaining about driving, how heavy it was, there's so much equipment in there, and well, maybe it's not as easy as walking around with a power saw or a power tool or a screwdriver and pretending like you're working, is it? You got to actually do some work. And Duncan said, yeah, he's a delivery boy now, delivering tools while they search for his replacement. While they search for his replacement. Yeah, they're going to get rid of his butt. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And if he gets knocked out of his job, he's already got a problem. And then I heard him in his out of his own mouth, Duckling, say that in order to save money, he stopped paying his health insurance. He stopped paying your health insurance after you've been told you're pre-diabetic. Okay, he started stopping, desperately trying to stop eating sugar, but he doesn't have any idea that refined sugar comes from these refined flours like bread crust, pizza sauce. This flour, sugar, and everything. But so he canceled his health insurance, Duckling, and he's already got pre-diabetes. They told him in 3 to 6 months he's going to be on kidney dialysis due to early kidney failure. So hold up. I guess he figures maybe the state will pay all his bills. I don't know. Seems kind of weird that you would cancel your health insurance. Morris, Hawa Pawa. I'm not sure what that means, but hello. How are you today? Thank you for coming in. Are you a gamer? Duckling said, yes, I heard he went to his daddy for more money, and his daddy told him he needed money for his doctor's visits. He told the father he had canceled his insurance, asking daddy for another bailout. Oh, okay, maybe you're Greek or Russian. You're going to need to type English because we don't understand these other languages here, Morris. You're welcome here, but you'd have to type in some English. Sorry. I think that's Russian, isn't it, Misfit Mafia Queen? I don't speak Russian. Sorry, no Russian. No Ruski. Poison Heart 12. Welcome. Hello, hello. Hi. Come on in. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Try to hit that logo, the subscription link on the way while you're here if you have a moment. Are you a gamer, Poison Heart? If not, where are you from, or if you'd like to say? I'm doing really well tonight. Thank you for asking. Are you ready for your Easter tomorrow, Poison Heart? Oh, good. Are you having dinner with your family and friends? Maybe. Well, I hope you'll have a joyous day, regardless. Duckling said Kitten Kat has really went into hiding and scared of that probable cause. If Kitten Kat gets unmasked, it won't end well for him. Well, don't you know, I'm kind of it's just me, it's only my opinion, Duckling, but I think Kitten Kat is the same as Noodles. So he knows there's something he's gonna get uncovered. Because with probable cause, and that means they're digging into the whole situation, I won't go into it. I mean, that's John's business. But when somebody finds probable cause against another individual, that means the investigators are digging deeper into it. And when they dig into Noodles, if they come directly to Kit Kat, everything's tied directly to him. and it shows that Noodles is Kitten Kat. That's not going to look good, is it? Not going to look good. Okay, we got another Russian fellow. Thank you for coming in, but we don't speak Russian. You're going to need to speak English if you can. But thank you for coming in. Please be sure to click the subscription link so you can find us again. There's a subscription link for you. Thank you for coming. I love you, Russia. Well, that's nice. Everyone should love their own country. That's wonderful. Might be the same guy, you think? Oh, maybe. But sometimes they put links in these short feeds to the different areas. It could be a couple people from there, but maybe. Go ahead and subscribe both of those to my channel. How about that? That'd be great. Uh, Thank you for coming in, guys. Everybody's still coming in. We got 39, 49, 49 in the box. Thank you, guys. Come on in. Have a seat. Come pull up a chair. Click that subscription link over there and say hello. Hit the like. And tell us where you're from, what you're doing for Easter. Are you a gamer? Not a gamer? What's going on with you? Duckling said Noodles went crazy when I told of him flashing in public and using urination could get him on the sex offender registry. When he's in New York pissing in jugs and dumping them out, kids are in cars next to him watching. If they film him pulling out his pecker, he could get put on the registry. We know he was on the registry from 2003 to 2005 and somehow mysteriously got off the registry. So maybe he figures he can get off of it again. He went crazy about it for like 4 streams, and Sherry Jackson has been attacking me for saying stop urinating in his car when people are watching. Yeah, Misfit Mafia said that is really so gross. Jeff H said Kitten Kat is going to get hurt. Well, what's your theory on that, Jeff H? Do you think Kitten Kat is really the same as Noodles? I tend to think that might be the case. Because he sure dropped out of sight when that probable cause letter got printed on John Short stream over there, didn't he? Like Duckling said. Douglas said he even talked about it on Season stream. Season told Noodle not to bring it up anymore And McHenry Cruiser said he was surprised the car didn't have a urine odor to it. Didn't have a urine odor. Well, I heard somebody say that Noodles likely had the whole car Febreze, was a whole jar of Febreze. Yes, Jeff H. said he's the same as Carl, I'm convinced. Well, I bet you know what? We have had a theory, John and I, that Carl and Kitten Kat and Noodles are all the same person. Because you don't ever see Carl or Kitten Kat. It's just typers. Douglas said he won't stop urinating on stream or pissing while driving because he gets off on that. That's what trench coat flashers do, is pull it out and just start urinating everywhere. Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah. Misfit Moppy Queen said Carl has me blocked wherever he is. Well, you're lucky about that. You're lucky. Duckling said, remember in the 1990s and early 2000s when they would warn kids to watch out for trench coat flashers? That's what news reminds me of, a trench coat flashers. Jeff H. says, don't worry about it, Misfit. He blocks everyone. Duckling said, Doodles Dum Dum, he urinates and hopes people watch. You know, he's also talks about urinating and pooping and everything. No, I don't want to hear it. If I'm ever on the channel and I start hearing that, I click off right away. Yeah, Jeff H says Carl doesn't want people to see his comments, so he chat blocks people. That's true. Jeff H said him and Kitten Kat have the same blocking habits I noticed. Yep, that's true. You're right. Exactly right. And if you notice all the fake Carl Stormy, Carl Vincent Terranova, they all have the same text that they type, the same words, the same phrases. And they say, oh, Stormy's a girl. Oh, you're Stormy, Carl. You are the same person as Stormy. And everybody knows it. You can pretend you're not, but we know you are. Duckling said Carl never brings up the freak MMD, and Kitten Kat hates MMD. Maybe Carl hates MMD because he never brings up MMD. Very well could be. Very well. Very well could be. Douglas said that Stormy profile picture is probably another escort. Exactly. And Jeff's right. He talks to all of his troll accounts. He comments back and forth to them in the comment section on his chats and stuff. That's true. I've seen that. He's a lunatic, Jeff. He's got multiple personality disorder. Duckling said Carl probably has to pay for sex. He has a lot of connections to escorts. Well, if Carl is actually who Carl says he is, I heard him say on Season's chat that his age is 83 years old. He tries to claim I'm old, and he's 83? Really? 83. Okay. Next. Duckling said the phone number Jeff found on Kitten Kat's Google Voice number traced back to escort forums in New York. Oh, yeah, really? Probably because it's Noodles and that's where he gets all his hookers. Jeff said, I wouldn't doubt it one bit if he was 83. Well, if that's his real voice, it sounds 83, don't you think, Jeff? It sounds pretty old. Duncan said, his voice is disturbing. What 83-year-old man is a Democrat? Old people vote for Republican by 70%. Well, because he's probably really Noodles. And isn't Noodles a liberal? I don't know. I hadn't kept that close of a watch, so I'm not sure. Yeah, Jeff said, I noticed he posts lots of old shows from the 50s on his community tab. Ragtime stuff, really. Yeah. Well, he's an older dude. Apparently, he's much older. Duckling said, Noodles said he doesn't vote. He cops out to not voting for Trump so Seasons doesn't get mad. Seasons is the flaming liberal who claims she's a centrist, but that's all BS. Yeah. Thanks for continuing to come in, guys. Keep on filing in. I appreciate it. Thank you for everyone coming in from all over. I guess a lot of you guys are coming from the shorts feed, which is great. Thank you. And have you noticed, Duckling, that Noodles has got a whole lot to say about the government, but then he says, oh, I don't vote. Well, if you don't vote, I don't want to hear you moving your cocksucking mouth, okay? I really don't want to hear it. Oh, I know. I keep getting requests for money from him as well, Kister. I think that's a commonality in the election season. Yeah, I think it happens. Have you got the little message where he sends you a thing and says, you and your guests could win a dinner with me in New York? You know, just donate $25 or more. Jeff H. said he probably does vote. He's just a liar. Well, he is a pathological liar. You do have that correct, Jeff, of course. He's a conniving, spiteful little man. He's a little gremlin elf, isn't he, Jeff? That's true. Duckling said if he voted for Republicans, Season would probably get mad. Season's Twitter profile is complaining about Trump 24/7. Duckling said Seasons is a raging Portland paint-sniffing liberal who probably wants to legalize bestiality. Oh my gosh, I hate to hear that. Duckling said Portland is where they legalized all drugs and people walk around with black tar or heroin needles in their arms. Oh, that's a horrible sight to see. Horrible, horrible. Oh my God. Duckling said Season is one of those people she talks about eating Whoppers all day on acid. Yep. Jeff said Seasons is going to be disappointed now because they're going to be passing out fines to people in possession of hard drugs. Jeff said, I know she does that more than weed, just weed. Yeah, many people have said she's either a fentanyl addict or a heroin addict. Now, I'm just reporting what I've been heard. I don't know that to be the fact or not. So those are alleged things right now. Duckling said she tried to tell Noodles to try acid. Really? She's all over the place. Duckling said, I never tried acid. It sounds like sniffing paint or markers or something. It's weird. Some weird kind of high. Yeah. I've never been around all that stuff. I don't really know. I couldn't really tell you guys. Let's do a quick poll before we get out of here. Is the orca on H or heroin? What do you think, guys? Vote. Yes or no? Let's see how many votes we can get. Do a quick poll before we get out of here. Is the orca on H? Could be, maybe not, maybe just acid. A lot of people think yes so far. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how many votes we can get under here before we end the stream. Going pretty good though. I appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you guys. Is the orca on the H? We're going to decide tonight. We're going to find out. Jeff said if she uses heroin, she probably wouldn't be an orca. Oh, that could be true. That could be one detractor from her being on H, Jeff. Yep. Could be. Duckling said those fruit flies and the mice and rats are probably high on drugs. That's why she leaves everything lying around. Yeah. Yeah. The orca's losing the poll. It's 62% yes, 38% no. We'll wait and see if we get a few more votes before I close it out. Oh, Misfit said her arms had scabs on them. That's shows that she uses H or some injectable, right? Misfit, yeah, probably does. Probably. So we got the orca maybe on the H. We got Noodles over there not voting and pontificating about everything in the election cycle, which I don't want to hear what he has to say. If he's not a voter, he doesn't vote. He hadn't voted in the last couple of elections. Who cares what he thinks? He shouldn't even be complaining about the government or how the government is run if he didn't put his vote in. That's what I say. Maybe someone can stick her with a AIDS needle. Now that would not be right, Jeff. That would not be the right thing to do, even though we don't like her, even though she's a deplorable liberal individual spewing vitriol and hate all over the land. That's what she does. She spews hate and vitriol all over everywhere. It's a wonder she doesn't get an infection from all that hate and vitriol she spreads. Uh-oh. Duckling said she might get AIDS if one of those mice gets poked by her needles and then sticks it in her arm afterwards. That's true. Or she might get, what is that thing you get from mice? Not rabies, but the plague. Maybe she could get the plague. That would be nice if she got the plague, don't you think, guys? The PLAGUE plague. I'd vote for that. Yep, she has bats living in her house too. Bats, rats, ants, roaches, fruit fly. The worst thing, though, I hear is her fruit fly infestation that she has all over her windows and doors, and she can barely see. I'm surprised they let her minor children in there. I wonder if CPS knows about that. Or Ebola. That's the other thing. Yes, Jeff. Ebola. 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 That just makes you bleed from everywhere, I hear. I saw a movie about that. Yep. Well, on that lovely Ebola thought from Jeff, thank you, Jeff. we're going to go ahead and close out the evening, and I want everyone to choose joy and enjoy your Easter weekend. Tomorrow is Easter. I might or might not do a stream tomorrow night, a short one, just so I can show up and show everybody and say hello. But it will be later in the evening probably because I have some plans with my friends and family. But thank you guys so much for coming in. I thank every single one of you. Thank you all the people that subbed, and thank you for the promotion by the people in Portland. It's always appreciated. You work for me and you got your own channel dedicated to me. I thank you for that. And everything's going well. I'm doing real well. I'm real happy with the scope of my channel and what's going on with it. So thank you everybody for your help and support. Duckling, Misfit Mafia Queen, Jeff H. Thank you guys all for being. Let me close this poll before we get out of here. 53% think that she is on the H, and 46% say no. So she is officially on the H. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Good night. Bye bye.